You ever felt like no matter how many self-help books or videos you read, or how many morning routines you try to perfect, something still feels off? Like there's a voice inside you that's quietly sabotaging everything. Well, that voice? It's your shadow. And here's the truth, self-improvement isn't just about habits, goals, and journaling. Sometimes real transformation means walking straight into the dark corners of your mind and turning the light on. In today's video, we're going to talk about the one self-development practice that's rarely talked about, but just might be the most powerful for shifting your life around: shadow work. Now, thousands of people are taking to social media to share their journey with shadow work. It is changing lives, and it might just change yours. So let's get into it. But before we dive in, I want to thank today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes it easier to start working with a therapist. You fill out a short questionnaire and you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. If it's not the right fit, you can easily switch therapists at no extra cost. A therapist won't just listen. They'll help you see things from a new perspective and guide you toward real, actionable change. And with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform people trust. So if you've been feeling stuck or overwhelmed lately, and let's be honest, who hasn't, consider giving therapy a try. You can get 10% off your first month by clicking the link in the description or going to betterhelp.com/improvementpill. Part 1. What is shadow work? Well, the idea of shadow comes from Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. Now, according to Jungian psychology, your shadow is made up of the parts of yourself that you repress or deny. It could be because they're uncomfortable, because they don't fit who you want to be, or just because society has told you that they're bad. Think jealousy, rage, neediness, even selfishness. Now, these traits don't just disappear because we ignore them. They actually get pushed into our unconscious, into the shadow, where they fester and show up in destructive ways. Shadow work is the practice of bringing these parts to the light so we can accept them and integrate them into our lives. Part 2, why self-improvement tends to ignore shadow work. Okay, so let's be real here. Most self-improvement advice is focused on the light. You wake up early, you be grateful, you gotta stay positive, visualize your dream life. And while those are all great tools, there's a growing problem in the self-improvement space. That is toxic positivity. Now, toxic positivity is when we use positivity to suppress our real feelings. So instead of processing sadness, we fake a smile. Instead of admitting we're angry, we just change affirmations and take deep breaths. So ignoring your shadow is like ignoring the other half of who you actually are. In fact, research has found that people who avoid negative emotions actually experience more stress in the long run. And on the flip side, those who confront difficult emotions are better at coping and adapting. Part 3. The science behind the shadow. Now, shadow work isn't just some trend that was adopted by people on social media. Modern psychology actually backs it up. The concept of parts work, used in internal family systems therapy, or IFS therapy for short, takes learnings from Carl Jung's shadow idea. IFS therapy sees your mind as made up of multiple parts, and these include exiles, the wounded, rejected parts of you, and protectors, the defenses you've built. When you ignore these exiled parts, they just don't go away. They get louder, triggering anxiety, depression, and in some cases, physical symptoms. And neuroscience also shows that emotional repression activates your brain's stress centers. MRI studies have found that avoiding uncomfortable emotions lights up the amygdala, and this is part of the brain that's responsible for fear. And this, in turn, makes your brain more reactive and less logical. Part 4. Shadow work in real life. Okay, let's paint a picture here. Imagine some guy named Matt. Now, old Matt prides himself on being chill, easygoing, and super nice to everyone. He hates conflict. But secretly, this means he gets walked all over. At work, he never speaks up. In his relationships, he bottles things up until he just, boom, explodes. Matt has disowned his anger. He believes it's bad, so it just lives in his shadow. Okay, now let's meet Lisa. She's the perfect daughter, always smiling, always helpful. But deep down, she resents absolutely everyone. She secretly wishes she could just say no, but the guilt of it just eats her alive. Lisa's shadow contains her boundaries, her assertiveness, even her selfishness, which in healthy doses is actually necessary for self-respect. Common shadow traits include people-pleasing, perfectionism, control issues, and passive aggression. You know, the things that look nice from the outside, but inside, they are driven, by fear. When you do shadow work, you uncover these hidden forces, and you meet the parts of yourself that you tried to exile. And instead of judging them, you listen. And this approach changes everything. Part 5. How to actually do shadow work. Shadow work doesn't require a therapist. It's a self-directed practice that anyone can begin today. And here's how. Number 1. Journal prompts. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection. Start with simple yet deep questions. Stuff like, what traits in other people annoy me the most? When was the last time I overreacted? What was really going on? What do I pretend to be, but secretly feel like the opposite? Your reactions to others are often projections of your own shadow. And Jung called this the mirror. So if you hate that someone is arrogant or self-centered, maybe you've rejected the parts of yourself that are competent. Number 2, trigger tracking. Every time you get emotionally triggered, angry, defensive, or jealous, write it down. Ask, what part of me is feeling this way? And why did I first feel like this? According to Dr. Nicole LaPera, triggers are portals into the unhealed self. They show what parts of you need more attention. Number 3, dream analysis. Jung believed the unconscious speaks through our dreams. Why not start tracking your dreams through a journal? Look for patterns, symbols, and strange characters. Often, these represent aspects of yourself you've ignored. Number 4, conversation with your shadow. Yeah, we mean talk to yourself. Now, this one might feel a little weird at first, but stick with us here. In your journal, write a letter from your shadow. Let it speak. What does it want? What is it afraid of? What has it been trying to protect from you? You might be surprised by the self-love that occurs in response. Number 5, visualization and meditation. Now, some people find it helpful to visualize their shadow as a character, a child, or even an animal. So sit with this visual in meditation. Befriend it. Don't try to fix it, just listen. Part 6, the benefits and warnings. First of all, your self-awareness skyrockets. You begin to notice your patterns before they can control you. And second, your emotional strength grows exponentially. You're no longer afraid of your own darkness. And perhaps most importantly, your relationships improve. You stop projecting your wounds onto others. But wait, let's be honest here. Shadow work is not easy. It's uncomfortable. You're going to meet parts of yourself that feel ugly, shameful, or painful. And there's a reason why people avoid it. But as the saying goes, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Research even says that confronting your negative experiences rather than avoiding them will significantly improve your mental health in the long run. Facing your shadow builds resilience and flexibility. You gain the ability to handle life's stressors without breaking, making it a very worthwhile practice. And that's the difference between surface-level growth and real, lasting change. Part 7, final thoughts. Okay, so let me leave you with this. There is no perfect version of you hiding behind a morning routine or daily affirmations. There is only you, as you are, in full. And the parts of yourself that you've rejected, the anger, the fear, the jealousy, the insecurity, well, those are not your enemies. They are messengers. And these parts of you are trying to tell you something, and shadow work helps you listen. And true self-improvement does not come from escaping who you are. It comes from embracing all that you are and choosing to grow from the inside out. If this video sparks something in you, start today. Just pick one question, one journal prompt, or one emotion to explore, and just see what happens. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, and why not drop a comment below, and let's start a discussion about your experience with shadow work. Maybe you have a tip to share. And until next time, stay tuned.